G'day everyone, Master Rabbit here, and welcome to another Game & Watch unboxing and gameplay video. So this one here today will be our 6th Game & Watch unboxing and gameplay video, and will be the first of the new style of Game & Watches that were released by Nintendo, which is the Gold series of Game & Watches. Now, as you know, I've done previous videos for the Silver series of Game & Watches that were the first of its kind that were released by Nintendo in 1980. Now, as we know, those ones I've already done videos for, and you can feel free to check them out on my YouTube channel, which is Ball, Flagman, Vermin, Fire, and Judge. So in the new series, which were released in 1981, we start off with Manhole. So sorry for the long intro, and I'm going to get this and put this in my hand and start talking. So and also explaining about how everything works. So in the next series of Game & Watches, there were 3 Game & Watches that were released. So of course there was Manhole, Helmet, and Lion. And of course, I'm just going to be focusing on Manhole today, and give you a bit of a rundown on this, and also give you, of course, show gameplay, and also all the features that Manhole has to offer. So as you can see, Manhole model number is MH-06, was released by Nintendo in 1981. To be precise, it was released on January 29, 1981. Now, the good thing about this one here, basically, Manhole sold a really good number of units. I believe it was close to just a bit over, over 1 million units sold, which was really good. Now, the new features of the Game & Watches in the Gold pretty much, of course, focus on the word gold, as you can see on all 3 of the Game & Watch boxes, and also the metal looked like a gold color. Okay, and one of the new features that these new Game & Watches had from 1981 onwards was the alarm feature, and I'll show you how that works. So without further ado, let me open that up and go through, and while I'm doing this, I'll also explain to you a few extra little pieces of information. Of course, as you know, Nintendo did release Game & Watches from 1980 to 1991. So in between that time, they sold a total of approximately 43 million units worldwide, which was fantastic. And as you know, the Nintendo Game & Watches were created by game designer, yes, Gunpei Yokoi, from Nintendo. So with that, also the Game & Watches did come with a 4-bit CPU, Sharp SM5X family CPU ROM, and RAM, with also, of course, the LCD screen, which made it what it was. Okay, so as I go through the manual, the newest feature, of course, was the alarm feature. As you can see in the top corner there, you got that little man with the alarm, and what you do in this game is you basically control a Mr. Game & Watch who has to make sure that the pedestrians who are walking through the street do not fall through the manhole. So you basically are using a manhole cover to make sure that the pedestrians do not fall down. If they fall through, you lose a life, as always. So going through the Game & Watch manual for Manhole, as you can see, there are a few features, which of course is the alarm, that's new. The other stuff is pretty much the same. You've got Game A, Game B. The buttons are respective to the movement on where Mr. Game & Watch is located. Of course, you've got 3 lives, the time as always, and Game A and Game B. So everything here pretty much, as always, explained in the same way as the Silver series. As you can see here, you've also got all the ACL information on what the screen looks like after it's been fully reset and when the batteries go in. And that is also, that's the ACL button there, the bottom one down there. Okay, and then also the new feature of the alarm, which I'll be showing you, and I'll show you exactly what happens. I'll make sure I set it up nice and quickly so you can see it happening while I'm talking. Okay, then we've got Game A. Now Game A, as always, is a little bit slower and less complicated than Game B. Game B is always a little bit quicker, and everything moves a bit more faster, and sometimes a bit more, a bit more hectic stuff going on. Now, as always, you've got battery, and the way the battery is put in, very simple. As always, this was made in 1981, so as back in the day, that would have been a bit hard for people to understand what was going on and how everything works. So now in our day and age, everything's very simple. We know how to put batteries into in any basic product. But here, instructions were done well. And of course, the way you can look at and play with the Game & Watch was at a best at 40 to 45 degree angle, depending on how you know, with the light shine and everything for best viewing purposes. And that's it. So that's manhole information. As you can see, all the information is there. And of course, the last page pretty much had a promotion on even the Silver Series back in the day. So I know we've already covered all that, and that's it. So that is the Game & Watch manual. And as you know, I'm rambling on for quite a long time as well. So I know I like to explain and give you all the information you need. But as always, if you do not want to watch all that information, just skip through to where I get to the fun part, which is putting the batteries in and playing with the Game & Watch. So anyway, so what we'll do, let's bring out, as you know, as you can see, the foam is in pretty good shape as well. As you know, that's where I used to keep my batteries as well when I was playing with my Game & Watches back in the day. So I'm putting it there as well. Now, with the new Game & Watches from the Gold Series onward, with the ones that do not have a dual screen, of course, they do come with a little stand, as you can see there. So it's a new little feature, which was basically added so you can see, you know, the Game & Watch play just like that. I'll put it on the ground, as you can see. Nice kickstand. So you can see that the Game & Watch can stand on your bedside stand, and you can see the time. And also when the alarm pops up, you can press it. And you can see it happening at the same time. So that is really cool. That was a cool little feature back in the day. And as you can see here, the model number and all the other information made in 1981 by Nintendo, serial number as well, and the battery clasp. So without further ado, let's put the battery in and let's give this game a go. So batteries in, and as always, once you put the batteries in, if I can put them in right, then you hear a little click, okay, with the battery clasp, and we are in. Yeah, we're working. Oh, look, we're looking good. All right, so that is the reset screen. Now, as you know, with the reset screen, you see all the animation that potentially can happen on the screen. So you can got game A down the bottom, game B down the bottom as well, and then Mr. Game & Watch with his manhole cover moving to four different spots, possible spots where the pedestrians are going to be walking around. And as you can see right at the top, we've got our new little friend, the Alarm Man. So the Alarm Man, I'll call him Mr. Game & Watch Alarm. So he will pop up when you set the alarm. So the way you do this is going to be a little bit, I'll explain it to you. So basically, when you first set up your Game & Watch, you've got a time, okay? And as you go AM and PM time. So for example, we can make it 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? But we can make it also time. So we can make it maybe 5:10. Okay, so once you're ready, that is the time for the Game & Watch. Now, to actually set the alarm, you actually need to put like a paperclip or a very thin needle to reset the alarm, basically to set the alarm. So if you're happy with this, just as always, when you're like how we've been doing this in the past, press time, okay? And this will now kick off the autoplay feature. Hey, one little pedestrian just fell down already. So this is basically the autoplay feature that you can see when the Game & Watch is running on its own. So I've got like a little screwdriver, and what I'm going to do now is basically just put that in the alarm section. Now remember, it's 5:10. Pressing that now will put you in alarm setup mode. Okay, so with alarm setup mode, it's at 12 o'clock lunchtime. So what I want to do is I would like it to go off pretty much straight away. So I said 5:10, it was not 5:10 not long ago. Of course, it's probably going to be 5:11. So what we'll do is we'll set it to 5:12. Okay, so 5:12, the alarm will go off. So once we're ready, all we've got to do is press time. Okay, so as you can see, it's 5:10. Okay, so if you wanted to actually see the alarm, what you've got to do is actually press the time again. So when you press the time, as you can see, that little Mr. Game & Watch will appear, and it will show you when the alarm will go off. So pressing that again, there you go. Now you can see basically that is what time the alarm is going to go off. So it's going to go off at 5:12. Letting go will take you back, will revert you back to 5:11, which is the time that it is on the game, which are basically showing on the Game & Watch time. So in this meantime, basically, I know I was gonna probably kick off a game, but if you wanted to see the alarm, I'll just have to keep on mumbling on for about another couple of seconds, and it will pop up. So basically, when the alarm does come up, it will ring constantly until you press the time button, which is down there as well. Okay, as always, you've got the ACL. If you do make a mistake with your time, or in setting the alarm in general, oh, there we go. There goes the alarm. So basically, it's not very loud, but it is an alarm that that could potentially wake you up in the morning. And that's what I used to do as well when I used to have these Game & Watches too. It was fun to do, and as you can see, the alarm will keep ringing until you press the time button. All right? So that's it. So basically very easy, not too complicated, but with a new feature like that released in 1981 with these new Gold Series onward Game & Watches, it was fun to have an alarm to go along with your time. All right, so to stop that, all I've got to do now is press time, and it's done. All right, so that is it. That is everything I can give you with mumbling on as much as possible until we start playing the game, which we're going to do right now. Okay, so as you can see, there's 4 different angles on where Mr. Game & Watch and his manhole cover can go, and it's either top, bottom, on left and right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with game A, and as always, you've got 3 lives. Okay, here we are, 3 lives, and if you lose all 3 lives, the game will end. So basically this one here is going to a total, I believe, was 999. After that, it will reset, and it seems like that would be like how you would finish the game, and say you've completed it, if you think about it. So as always, game A is always going to be a little bit slower and a little bit easier, just to get you into the mood, or get you into the routine on how the game plays. And of course, once you think you're really cool and you've finished it on game A, you can always jump over onto game B and see how good you really are. So as you can see at the moment, it's really simple. With game A, it's always going to be a little bit slower, and it's always going to be a little bit less complicated than game B. So as you can see at the moment, you're only going to see we'll only see one pedestrian walking across one side at the moment. As you can see now, they've got 2 of them coming, and quickly you've got to move them over to this side, otherwise if you don't, they will fall into the manhole and down into the sewer. Okay, so at the moment, simple as it's really simple as possible, not too complicated. There you go. So you got to make sure that you do keep an eye out on both sides, because you got to remember, you can only move Mr. Game & Watch in one location at that time, and so therefore not too complicated, but it's really simple to play. All right, so let's make a mistake. Whoop, he fell. Okay, so that's 1 life gone. So you got to remember, I'll try and keep going for a bit longer. So you got to remember that once you do make a mistake, the Game & Watch and the pedestrians actually keep going. They don't reset, they just keep moving forward. So that basically will give you a little bit of time to prepare for your next move. And as you can hear that little sound, once you make that little sound, you're free to move Mr. Game & Watch to the next possible location. Okay, as you heard there, you can move him away. Okay, so that's it. So basically, I wanted to make sure that we ended the game pretty quickly, because we've got the 37 points, not that bad. And as you can see, the game ends when you get 3 misses. Okay, so game B, I'll show you game B right now. As you know, as I've been saying already, this one here goes at a bit faster speed. So off we go. I'll do my best here and see what we can do. Let's see if we can get to about 50 or so. Now I'll try not to talk too much, but it's always interesting if I try and point out some more information. But I believe I've covered everything I believe that there is to say about the game. So I will try and keep as quiet as possible if I need to, unless I come up with some more information to share. I think at this time, I've covered everything. So let's see how far we can go. At the moment, it's still slow, as always. It starts off slow in both Game A and Game B, but Game B does pick up quicker. The sound also, I believe, does increase in speed as well. As always, Game A also does increase in speed during its gameplay too. But I believe Game B sometimes always increases its speed and sound tempo faster as well. All right, here we go. Okay, we've got two guys coming this way. And as I mentioned before, as soon as you hear that sound, like that, you can move out of the way and get ready for the next movement on where Mr. Game & Watch needs to go. Alright. Looking good. So far, no mistakes. Still pretty slow. Game B is not doing the best. It's not as quick as I thought it was going to be. Still giving you some time to kind of adjust. Here we go. A bit more. Still not too hard. There you go. That was a bit tricky. And as you know, it will get hopefully a bit more complicated. You just got to make sure that you hear that sound. Once you hear that sound, you'll know, whoop, there you go, just made a mistake. And once you hear that sound, you can move over to the next one. Oh, there you go, made another mistake. Okay, so quickly make sure you move over to the next one. There you go. So now it starts getting a bit more fun. And there you go. Oh, I was pretty bad. Didn't even get to 50. All right, so that is my terrible game playing power and skill for Manhole. All right, so that is it. So I believe I've covered everything I kind of wanted to say in this Game & Watch and game unboxing and gameplay video. I apologize if I might have missed anything, but I believe I've covered everything we needed to know about Manhole. So what I might do is put it back in time, and this is the fun part. Put it up here, and let's just sit it nice and quietly. There you go. All right, so that is everything I believe I've covered for Manhole. I hope you found this video interesting. The next one that we're going to be doing, of course, let me just grab this one, will be Helmet. Now, Helmet is very fun and enjoyable, and I hope you guys do watch the next video that I do, which will hopefully be very, very soon. So that's the next one. And then, of course, we've got Lion over there. And that's it. So thank you once again for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And once again, do like and subscribe if you find the videos enjoyable and you want to see more. That's what I will appreciate. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you, and bye.